Do you know the origin of the Esama title? Welcome to the palatial Garden of Eden, the residence of the Esama of Great Benin Kingdom. To begin with, I would like to give accolades to he who truly deserves them. This video is dedicated to Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Igbinedion, CFRO, the Esama of the Great Benin Kingdom, and his esteemed household for granting me the rare privilege of documenting the historical origin of the great Asama title in Benin Kingdom. From the era of Igodomigodo, now modern day Edo land, the people of Edo has always regarded their titles as sacred bearers of history. Each title carries a story, a legacy forged through events. In Benin traditions, titles do not just emerge, they are earned, steeped in the weight of historical merit and of those who came before. Let's journey back to the reign of the 19th Oba of Benin, who was called Oba Ehengbuda Nobo, who reigned from 1578 to 1606 AD. Oba Ehengbuda inherited a very formidable empire from his father, Oba Ogbua. Note that Oba Ogbua had already founded a Konunuame, which is Lagos today. These places under the empire of Benin, as at that time, needed the oversight as the Oba was the overlord. So these empires needed to be protected by Oba Ehengbuda Nobo. Before we dive into the origin of the Esama title, kindly note that this video does not attempt to capture all the achievements of the current Esama of Benin, as they are too vast to be contained even by the largest files in the world. But the key highlights will be acknowledged in this video. In 1584, boundary tensions arose between two imperial brothers, the Oba of Benin, who was Oba Ehengbuda Nobo, and the Alaafin of Oyo. Rather than a full-scale war, these two empires dispatched their generals to settle this diplomatically. Iyase Ekpenede led the Benin Imperial Armies. He was the war general as at that time. They all traveled to Otun in present-day Ekiti State to represent the Benin side in negotiations. Iyase Ekpenede, who served as the overall commander of the army, reached a truce with the Are Onakakanfo, the war general of the Oyo army. This was to mark the agreement. To mark it, Iyase Ekpenede planted the new border lavis tree, which is known as Ihini in Edo language, or while the Are Onakakanfo planted a silver palm called Ewamenri in Edo language. The palms were planted facing each other, one toward the Oyo Empire and the other towards the Benin Empire, as a lasting symbol of peace. This mission prevented a devastating war between the two powerful empires. Some may wonder why the Alaafin of Oyo was referred to as the imperial brother of the Oba of Benin. This connection lies in the royal bloodline. The lines of Benin kings is traced back to the Ogiso dynasty, the first dynasty of kings in today's Benin. Oba Eweka I, the very first Oba who was crowned in Benin, was a great-grandchild of the last Ogiso of the first dynasty, Ogiso Owodo. Ogiso Owodo fathered Ekaladeran in Benin, who is now known to the Yorubas as Oduduwa. Ekaladeran fathered Omonoyan. Omonoyan returned to Benin in the 11th century and fathered Oba Eweka I. For historical reasons, Omonoyan left to Oyo and he fathered Ajaka, who was also an Alaafin of Oyo. This is the royal connection between the Oba of Benin and the Alaafin of Oyo. They are blood brothers. The influence of the Benin culture remains evident in the language, the indigenous language of Ekiti people. For example, the Ekiti people call goats Iderigbe, while Edo people call it Odegbe. Ekiti people call corn Oka. Ekiti people call comb Oyija. Coming to Benin, Oba Ehengbuda welcomed the likes of Amadianyagbon and some other formidable warriors. When they got to Benin, in reward, Oba Ehengbuda conferred chieftaincy titles on the people that journeyed to Otun to settle the dispute between the Alaafin and himself. To reward General Amadianyagbon, Oba Ehengbuda created the title of Isama and he conferred it upon the very first beneficiary, who was Amadianyagbon. While the Isama title that was conferred on the first beneficiary, who was Amadianyagbon, another title was also conferred on another Benin warrior. The title was Ezele. Another title was also conferred on another warrior, Enobore Nidunwebo. And so many years later, Oba Ehengbuda also created the title of Ehanika of Benin. The current Isama of Benin is Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Igbinedion, CFRO. Let's talk about the meaning of his name. Osawawu means God asks us to do, and Igbinedion means I seek refuge before elders. The name of his father is Agariagbon, meaning when one comes to life. The name of his mother is Okwonze, meaning the Great Sea made it possible. Note, the explanations of the names of Chief Esama's parents are provided to ensure that the future generation will easily understand and preserve their meanings. History records that Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Igbinedion CFRO traces his origin to the Igbinedion dynasty in Okada, a historic community located in Ovia North-East local government area of Edo State today. He was born on the blessed day of September 11th, 1934 into the family of Chief Josiah Agaragbon and Princess Okwonze Igbinedion, a lineage of warriors and nobility. At the age of 9, young Osawawu lost his father, Chief Agaragbon. Years later, in 1959, his beloved mother, Princess Okwonze, joined her ancestors. These early trials shaped his resilience and determination. Chief Igbinedion's education was not smooth as it was truncated by his father's passing. In 1959, he enrolled in the Nigerian Police Force. After serving for a few years, he resigned in 1963 and took up work as a sales representative at Leventis Motors. His entrepreneurial spirit soon pushed him to establish Mid Motors, the first indigenous motor distribution company in today's Nigeria. Alongside his business venture, his philanthropic work had already begun, making him as a man destined to uplift humanity. In 1974, during the reign of Oba Akenzwa II, Chief Igbinedion made history when he was conferred with the prestigious title of Asama. In 1977, he reached the apex of Benin chieftaincy hierarchy by performing the sacred Inyahin rite. This rite spans 14 uninterrupted days and is among the costliest and most sacred Benin traditional rites. Only a handful of chiefs have ever performed it, and to this day, the Asama remains both the youngest to have attained the title and the oldest living Inyahin chief, a rare privilege granted by God. Because of his unique status, he enjoys special privileges alongside his fellow Inyahin chief. He receives double portions of gifts directly from the Oba, whether kola nuts or other ceremonial items. The Isama title carries the appellation Oweramoro, he whose feet never touches the bare ground. He is also fondly called the Lion of Okada. Within the Erabonore group of chiefs, he ranks sixth in hierarchy. Chief Igbinedion's business empire is vast, spanning aviation, education, media, agriculture, healthcare, and more. Today, he stands as an employer of over 40,000 people across the globe, a living testament to his vision, resilience, and entrepreneurial excellence. Beyond business, he is celebrated as one of the greatest ebentwela and dancers in Benin Kingdom's history, further showcasing his mastery of cultural heritage. Across Nigeria and beyond, he has been decorated with numerous chieftaincy titles, reflecting his influence and honor worldwide. Chief Esama adopted the Queen Idia mask as the official emblem of Okada Air, ITV, and other ventures, expressing deep reverence for Benin nationalism and ancestral greatness. To him, the mask is more than art. It is a timeless symbol of pride, unity, and Edo strength. It represents the courage of warriors, the wisdom of leaders, and the greatness of forebears, reminding every Edo sons and daughter that we are capable of shaping our own destiny. Among his many houses across the world, the most iconic remains the Palatial Garden of Eden at 1 to 13 Okada Avenue in Benin City, but not merely as a mansion, but as a symbol of history and heritage. The estate is more than a home. It is a cultural landmark. Inside lies a blend of artworks, historical relics, and lush vegetations that gives life, making it both a residence and a museum of Edo civilization. Chief Gabriel Igbinedion has been honored with awards from uncountable distinguished organizations and bodies. Several universities in Nigeria and numerous universities abroad has conferred upon him honorary doctorate degrees. He has received accolades from countless esteemed professional bodies, underscoring his excellence, leadership, and impact across multiple fields. Chief Igbinedion serves as the grand patron of several national and international organizations, a testament to his influence and philanthropic commitment on both local and global stage. I hope you were able to learn a thing or two from this video, although its length cannot cover the vast achievements of Chief Asama, but the key points have been acknowledged. Wawese when waya dame he okana komuhe to sufome ila sefena yatamowa bene egi oge sama keve egi oge no bore ni dunebo we no ya re ilado okae na hin be ma ka lele me ulo le me be da de urahia nebo me Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Wawese. My people, for those of us that do not understand the Edo language, this is the conclusion of the history of Asama. Like I said earlier, this video does not attempt to contain the life and time or the whole details of the Asama himself or his achievements. These are just the key points of the history. I want to say thank you very much for standing by and watching this video till the end. Omonobanedo Atokpe is